welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and Mobile Legends players and fans from all over the world. This is the Mobile Star League MSL Mobile Legends Bang Bang Edition. I'm the Hound, as you can see by my hat, and to my left is Justin Pseudo Gregory. What's going on, Justin?
That's right. I'm mesmerized. You know, just as you did the intro, I just have to look at you, and
I'm a handsome man. I know.
I'm not sure who I should be looking at.
I know. It's a nice hat. Anyway, okay. If you guys have been living under a rock, Pseudo, why don't you please inform those people who've been living under rocks what MSL is all about, how far we've come thus far.
Well, before we do that, we're going to let people know that MSL is going to be played as a double round robin format, which means each team will have to face off.
Always a good time to be watching all these teams go up against each other twice, mainly because of how the double round robin actually works, because of the point system that they're going to get. I mean, teams that win games, they get 3 points. Teams that draws, they get 1 point. And most importantly, the teams that don't win anything, they get 0 points. So it's just going to show a lot of competition. It's just going to show, like, regardless of where you stand in terms of the power rankings, right, you still face each other. And this is what they're going to be fighting for. This is the price breakdown here. 10,000 USD in prize pool up for grabs here, with 4,000 US dollars going to the first place winner. Second place will be 2,000 US dollars, 1,000 US dollars for third, and the breakdown goes lower and lower. So you see, just by participating, they already win something already.
Yeah, I mean, well, everybody gets a little bit of, you know, a little small piece of the cake that's there, but it's back. And what's really important here is the titles and the head-to-head that's going to be, you know, facing up. Going into the playoffs. Not only is the top 4 teams already a really strong title to have because you have gone, you know, and done multiple rounds, but it's also interesting that yesterday was the very first day that we kicked things off, and 4 teams 2-0'd their opponents. So very quickly, there's a top bracket and a lower bracket forming within the standings.
Well, to look at it from this point of view, we did see some really interesting matches that popped up yesterday. One of my favorite matches was Bigetron going up against RRQ yesterday, which I think was one of the highlights, in my opinion, to see that marksmen are back. Although late game priority seemed to be a big issue for RRQ, but Bigetron fell under the pressure as RRQ was managed to actually stave off the early game aggression that was coming in from the side of Bigetron.
They definitely did very well in the execution of it. So out of the 4 matches there, I think one of the other shocking matches that came through was the Resurgence versus Team Solid Gaming match.
Yes, that was another big one. Wow.
You know, they now hold the title of the fastest game thus far, and that's, you know, just above 8 minutes, which is a pretty staggering amount to talk about.
Yeah. Okay, for those of you guys who are wondering where is the Basam live stream, you guys can go check it out at Mobile Star League BM, alright? So twitch.tv/Mobile Star League BM. We try to cater to everyone here. And first of all, we did talk about BTR Bigetron, and they're going to be our first appearance for today for match number 1, game number 1, and they're going up against CSG from the Philippines.
Exactly. So what we looked at, you know, Bigetron having a little bit of difficulty. Both these teams lost yesterday, so currently they have 0 points within the standings. So it's really important to be at least getting 1. So both teams hoping for at least a draw, but ideally wanting a 2-0 over the opponents.
Definitely. Of course, when you look at it from this point of view, draws are definitely something that a lot of teams are going to try to avoid. So consistency is something that we feel is something that teams really need to push on. So we did see that, like from the power rankings, right? We were talking about the power rankings just now, like how RRQ and Bigetron was favored to win against RRQ, but it seemed that RRQ was able to turn that power rankings upside down yesterday with those 2 games.
Well, it is also the very first game that has come through, and at the end of the first week, we're going to see how well they catch up. Can Bigetron actually win the other 2, and can RRQ sustain, you know, a perfect victory score? We will have to find out as the matches start on today. But before we do, we're about to go into the matches. There's a few things that we need to clarify with you guys. As Haunet mentioned, kalau mereka nak cakap bahasa Melayu, sila, you know, ikuti Ikuto dan ada
Ikuto, yeah.
Ikuti Ikuto, the Mobile Star League BM, the Twitch. And for those of y'all who want to be listening in English, here we are.
Yeah.
And for those of y'all who are restreaming this, just come join us on Twitch. Please don't do that.
Yeah, this is not a nice thing to do. So you guys should definitely be here at the Twitch, because sooner or later the streams is gonna go bigger, and most importantly, giveaways are gonna be there. So we are gearing up for some awesome stuff. We're gonna be interacting with you guys a little bit more closely. So you guys gotta be here. You guys gotta join in on the fun, because we can't spell fun without you. That's the most important thing.
And to keep up with, for those of y'all who are asking about the schedule, past results, what about the past game VODs that's there? You can be following us on the Mobile Star League on Facebook, specifically for the updates. The videos can be found on the YouTube channel under the same name, Mobile Star League. And we also have an Instagram for all the quick updates about what's going on and some of the behind the scenes footage as well. So with that in mind, and we sort of cleared off.
Yeah, we've already dusted off our gloves already.
We have one last thing, and that's going to be a big mention to, of course, our official sponsor, that is C Gamer Mall.
C Gamer Mall. So if you guys want some good savings, if you guys want a good time, and all about the mall points, you guys got to make sure to go over to C Gamer Mall. You might be able to get some awesome discounts just by signing up. So it's a pretty easy thing to do. Just go over to C Gamer Mall, go like their page, stay updated with all kinds of deals that they are out there to give you. So with that little bit of brand engagement out of the way, let's talk games. Trends.
All right.
Okay.
So,
he cracked his fingers. I
yes.
also need to crack my fingers as well.
This is literally, hashtag Statman Sudo versus hashtag the Hound that's there. Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about trends yesterday. We did see a lot of Hayabusa. We did saw that one-off Bane. We did saw a lot of Jawhead.
Well, it wasn't a one-off Bane. There were 3 games of Bane that came through. So Bane was one of the meta changes that sort of came around. Hayabusa was not the most pick or banned that came through. In fact, Hayabusa was only played pick or banned 7 games out of the 8 games that we had yesterday. We saw Chao being picked up in every single game. In all 8 games, Chao was picked. So he's currently the highest in terms of pick percentage that's coming through. Gushin and Hylos are at 7, and the other games, the one other game that it was not picked was because they were banned.
Well, okay, what do you think about this? Now, let's talk a little bit about Chao being the top pick. Now, why is that? I mean, I understand why. We've got some really good knockups. We've got some really, really good, what's it called? Knockbacks with the Way of the Dragon. So mobility is also something that is very strong with Chao.
Mobility is very true. But the other thing also is that its versatility that it offers. Not only is there a knockup that's there, we also saw many of the Chaos primarily go in just for the pickoffs within the team, and also to create a form of distraction. There were lots of contests on the main objectives, Turtle and Lord, that was going on.
Yes.
And Chao is another one of these great people that can come in and steal. His kit is just amazing for that.
I think the versatility of his kit goes without saying that it allows a lot of these teams to actually put a lot of their resources into Chao and allow him to basically come in and destroy some high value targets here. We did see some really interesting steals, and we did see some really interesting Lord pickups. And I felt that Chao was charging in with some with the best of them. And because of Chao's ability to just be involved in a lot of these team fights and setting up team fights really well with the Jeet Kune Do knockup and the Way of the Dragon, I just feel that we're just going to see more and more Chao. And I don't think we're going to ever see him banned at this point.
I don't think so. He deserves a ban at this point. However, with the changing sort of bits, we talked about Leslie having such an amazing game, amazing impact with the game among the Indonesian squads that's there. We also saw Bane's appearance, and 3 games out of the 8 is not a laughable stat to come out. So will that warp out Chao? Will there be a little bit different about what's going to happen? So right now, here we have the standings up.
Now here are the standings for everyone here. Asia Saiyan, Resurgence, IDNS, and Rex, Regum, Qeon, or RRQ are the 2 teams that are making the top of the bracket, where Team Solid Gaming, Evos Mobile Esports, FV Flash Vision, Mysterious Assassins, and Bigetron Esports now making the lower bracket. So this is going to be very, very exciting here for some of these teams as we are going to go into day number 2 of the Mobile Star League. Now, what do you think about this? I mean, it definitely properly communicates where all these teams are standing, but with how the double round robin setup is like, Do you feel that the standings are just going to change erratically over the next few days?